Hello everyone, welcome to our Let's Play series of Sorcery. This is Colonel RPG as usual, and I'm very happy that you chose to join me today here in the last stretch of our journey, finally in part 4, and I'm very happy to be playing it again now, because I know that whatever I do, what I mean is I'm very happy to be here in the last part, because I know whatever I do, the consequences will be felt right here, right now, in this very part. Now, I don't think I'll be able to finish the game, like, with all the secrets and, like, to get the true ending or something, because we did mess up the serpents before, and also probably in the first game we probably messed up something. I don't really know if that is gonna happen, but immediately now we have a problem. We have a little bit of a problem, which is a terrible howling noise that booms around the tiny chamber that we're in. So, it's gonna be... well, I'm gonna strike a light. You could use the tinderbox to make a spark. But what I would like to do... Actually, I'm gonna burn the picture of the first noble. What I would like to do is use a spell, but apparently I can't. Let's go with the first noble here. Okay. You take out the noble's picture and light the corner with a strike of the tinderbox. In the light from the burning sketch, you make out nothing. No foul beast with slavering jaws is waiting for you. You appear to be quite alone. Then a tiny creature brushes your legs. Hello, little guy. The thing is a jib-jib. No more dangerous than an overgrown mouse. Let's look at it. Covered in fur and no larger than a bomba fruit, it stands out on two duck-like feet. Its body must be mostly lungs, as despite its size, when it howls, it makes a noise like an horn. Yeah? Well, let's wave the flame at it. You wave the blazing sketch at the jib-jib, then it hops up and down fretfully. Okay, let's leave the creature alone. You ignore the creature. It howls a few more times, but he's beginning to realize you are not afraid. A moment later, it scurries away out of the cave. The cave appears otherwise empty. Spluttering, the sketch goes out, leaving nothing but ash. This would be a dry, well-protected place to rest if it was nighttime, but it's too early to sleep. Well, I am gonna still eat something, I think. You take the advantage of the cave's safety. You eat one of the eggs, cracking it raw into your mouth, and feel much better for it. Awesome. But then, in the darkness at the back of the cave, you hear something moving. A small creature with large eyes and long wings creeps forward into the faint light. You recognize it instantly. A Minimite! Suddenly, with a start, that's why you couldn't cast magic, maybe. Suddenly, with a start, you recognize this creature for who it is. It's Jan, the Minimite you encountered in Biritanti. You're alive? The creature peers at you, then shakes its head. We've never met, if that's what you mean. It tells you in a deeper voice than you remember. Your heart sinks a little. This is not Jan, though the resemblance is uncanny. Well, you look like someone I knew. My sister? The creature asks hopefully. Have you met my sister? Jan? We traveled together for a time. You do not add pause. You do not add pause to explain the circumstances under which Jan and you parted company. Jan is my sister. Oh, I thought it was a guy, but apparently it's a girl. She told me she was going towards Mampang in the company of someone she called Diana Lander. Then she disappeared. The last person she was with I followed. That was you, then. Well, I didn't realize Jan was a girl. How hard did you check? The Minimite snaps back. You humans truly are heartless, as they say. I tell you, I've lost my sister, and that's all I've got to say. Well, I've not seen her in many days, you reply, in quite some distance. The creature shakes its soft head. Finn, names can be valuable. I'll give you that for free. Oh, that's your name? Okay. And what do you want with me? You demand. Oh, nothing, the Minimite replies. I just thought I'd get a look at the famous Anna Lander. Faces can be as valuable as names. I'll see you again, I'm sure. Okay, don't go just yet. But the creature shakes its head. You don't want me about. You lose your edge when I'm around. With that, it flaps its long wings and zips out of the cave mouth, chuckling to itself. Just before it disappears out of sight, it turns and calls back. But you will have need of me before the end. You are alone once more. Okay, well, that was an interesting encounter, and we got a chance to eat one of the eggs that we got over there. Step outside the cave to the ridge once more. The sun is almost set, and the sky is a deep pink. The path continues on past the other caves. Okay, so it's late enough. Look at the time. I would like to sleep, but I actually don't remember which cave is the dangerous one. I think this one is the dangerous one. Let's try and go in there. You approach the cave mouth and peer inside. It seems to stretch back a long way. I'm gonna step inside. You take a few steps into the mouth of the cave. The cave quickly opens into a wide chamber. You stop a short distance inside and look around, waiting for your eyes to adjust to the dark. Outside, night has fallen. I'm gonna cast a spell here. I'm gonna go with the sun, of course, because it's a beautiful, beautiful spell for every single one of my needs, except for the sense danger, or find safe passage and all that. Oh! You bind the starlight into shape around you, and the sun jewel in your pack begins to pulse and throb with a brilliant, blinding light. As the light from the jewel settles to a comfortable level, you see a dark, blurry shape on the floor of the cave. A moment later, the dark shape rises up and lashes out, catching you with a heavy blow across the chest. What the hell's that? You hit the floor gasping. The creature in the cave roars at you, claws outstretched. You have mere moments to react. Okay, I don't know what this is. It's just like what? Like a fury or something like that? I'm gonna draw my sword. Is it werewolf? You hit so you draw your sword and engage the fearsome creature. Okay, so I think it's gonna go for an attack, but it doesn't really tell me what the attack is gonna be. I'm gonna risk it with a cut over here. Ah, that was really nice. Let's see if it says what it is. The foul beast has two main weapons, its long claws and its terrible smell. You thrust your sword out in front of you, hoping to skewer the monster. The skunk bear... Oh, yeah, that's what I meant to say, a skunk. I said a fury because... Well, languages. The skunk bear stops a short way away from you and swipes with its enormous paws. You chop it away, drawing thick blood. It stumbles and staggers. It can barely stand, and it's now down to a third of its health. It squeaks and snuffles, standing up on its hind legs. It's gonna go for a power attack right there again, I think. Yeah, it was. Standing firm, you swing a mighty blow at the skunk bear, engaging it as it rears up. You plunge your sword deep into its thick skin. The skunk bear emits a new terrible odor, the smell of fear perhaps. It drops all fours and roars. And it might go for the defense, I think. But I'm still gonna push forward. And it's dead. No, it's not! Damn it! Dropping your weight, you chop a mighty stroke against the skunk bear, catching it with a light blow. The skunk bear staggers backwards, badly wounded. It drops its weight and growls. Come on. Oh, by 1 point. I take 3 damage because of 1 point. The skunk bear scurries around the clearing, knocking you over. You dodge behind a tree and cover your nose from the stench. It lowers itself to the ground and grumbles. Give me something here. There it is. Okay, that was okay. Decent dueling. You attack the creature, sidestepping. You'll slash out at the skunk bear. Then your sword finds a soft place in the skunk bear's body. The beast roars and topples over, quite dead. You clean and sheathe your blade. Let's search the back of the cave. I'm not gonna sleep here. I'm gonna sleep in the other one. We make a quick search of the back of the cave, but there are no more surprises to be found. Well, that was a waste. But at least the game is gonna consider that I fought a skunk bear. You head back to the ridge. The light from your sun jewel pulses twice and fades. The sun disappears. I'm gonna enter cave or move on. Yeah, I'm gonna enter the cave and I'm gonna sleep here. Stepping towards the northernmost cave, you notice a set of hoof marks going inside, the freshest of which enter but do not come out. I am gonna look into the cave. The cave appears to be deep but quite empty. Whatever creature made the hoof prints, it has either left another way or is hiding in the furthest shadows. Let's enter. Oh, what is that? The hell is that? Is it? Anyway, let's read. You step inside the mouth of the cave, but in a moment you stop, for sitting on a rock just inside the mouth is a cave is a figure. Yeah, but I can't really tell how that is going. Is that hair? That's 2 horns? Is that like an imp sort of thing? I'm gonna call out a greeting. Who is there, you call. The figure makes no reaction. Let's call again. Turn and face me, you call. Still nothing. Perhaps the creature is deaf? I'm gonna cast Sun here. And it's probably a statue sort of thing. Although it could be something else. I can't cast Sun? Okay. Can I cast definitely not hot. Can I cast Tell? That'd be an interesting one. Read minds. You weave the enchantment, pulling on the cloth skullcap as you do so. Let's greet the creature telepathically. Greetings, you think, but there is no response. You focus and try to read the creature's thoughts, but despite reaching out with your mind, you sense nothing. Either it is shielded against such magic, or it is entirely without thoughts. You remove the skullcap once more. You reach out to touch the creature's shoulder. The figure shudders a moment, then slides from its rock to the floor. What? You look over the creature. It's a woman with a a woman with a human torso, but her legs are thick with hair and end in hooves. Her face is a blend of human and goat-like features, and 2 short horns rise from her forehead. She is quite clearly dead. You briefly search the goat lady's body, but she's carrying nothing. Her skin is quite cold. Okay, I lost a little bit. It's hard work digging in the dirt of the cave floor with your legendary sword, but after an hour or so, you have made a pit deep enough to roll the body into. You lay it down as gently as you can, and then move the dirt back over it once more. You feel Korga beaming with pleasure at your actions. Thank you very much, Korga. You're gonna heal me still. The dust clears, and you are left quite alone. Okay, let's sleep here. You should be safe here. Laying your pack down, you try to settle despite the hard floor. At least you have eaten once already today, so do not need to eat again to avoid hunger, though more food will make you stronger. I'm not gonna eat again. Nope. Once again to avoid hunger? Wait a minute, didn't he just say that I wouldn't? You close your eyes and let your tiredness overtake you. What is left of the night is filled with visions. Jib-jibs are bouncing past you, appearing from all sides. Their maniac eyes are all popping from their heads. You are standing on top of a tall, black-tiled tower, clinging onto its tiles with one hand, while with the other, you wave something in the air. What is it? You look in your hands to find you are holding nothing less than the crown itself, and then you hear a cawing sound, and a great shape moves towards you. A birdman? No, a gold-rest eagle, shimmering into view. The sight masters have seen you. They are taking you home. When I have the crown? You gained 1 provision, explored the caves of High Zaman, and began your ascent into the mountains. And yes, the Archmage is waiting for me for sure. You wake to the sunlight spilling through the cave mouth. Let's leave the cave. You head outside once more, leaving the solemn earth bound behind. And when I have the time, I'm gonna use the cure, because I can still do that. I think health is not gonna be an issue, so I'm basically gonna be brazen as all hell. You return to the path. There is an unshakable gloom about this place. A few birds are singing thin and miserable songs. Time to move on. Let's go. You leave the caves behind. The steps are becoming wider as the path turns to follow the edge of a deep chasm. A little further on, a rock ledge juts out into the chasm. 2 posts stand on either side, with a narrow and rather ancient wooden bridge lashed to them. Let's look at the bridge. The bridge must be 100 years old at least. It is set onto timber supports driven deep into fixtures, out of sight below the ledge. It seems like it might still be solid. You lift your eyes to look across the chasm to the other side, where more mountains rise up. A cleft line in their peaks traces a narrow road, and atop one summit is what looks like a large bird's nest. Let's toss a gold piece into the chasm. You lean a little way over the edge of the chasm edge, and toss a gold piece into space. It sparkles in the sunshine as it turns and falls. Okay. Look at the path. You glance down at the path ahead and see a line of hoof prints similar to those you saw outside the cave. They lead away past the bridge. Time to continue. If the bridge is sound, it would get you quickly closer to the citadel. Yeah, but I don't want to risk that. And besides, I think this might... Oh, no, it's not a dead end at all. I want to go through there, although that is a dead end. Well, it looks like a dead end, doesn't it? Right there? Yep, I'm not going to cross the bridges here. The chasm is... I actually don't really understand what the chasm is all about. Looks like a dead river sort of thing. Or are those trees down there? It would make sense because there would be a bunch of water down there. But yeah, like a swamp sort of thing. So yeah, let's go the winding path, follow the goat ladies, and see what happens. There's something over there. You make your way along the track, then pause for breath. The air stirs a little, still cold, but fresh at least. A jutting rock sticks out just by the edge of the ravine. Okay, let's look into the ravine. The ravine on the north side of the path is deep, but not impossibly so. A sheer drop becomes softer as the ground curves towards grassland within view. The rock is like a hooked claw, poking out of the edge of the chasm and looking out over the drop. The far face is grown over with thick, fleshy green moss. And I'm gonna collect it. You grab a handful of moss, and I'm gonna eat it, because that's the good stuff. It feels juicy and fresh. You put the moss into your mouth and chew it. Actually... The other one was yellow, wasn't it? I think I went with the green one, but... Yeah, anyway, you put the moth into your mouth and chew, and it fills your body with healing warmth. You must keep moving. Okay, we're not gonna be needing to pray to Korga or anything. Let's go. So we got what looks like an encampment over here. The path crosses a rocky plateau which rises gradually. A few clouds move across the heavens. You are almost in the peaks now, with sheer drops opening on either side. The plateau is relatively sheltered, but there is no time to waste here. Okay, let's go. We're not really that pressed for time, I don't think. A sheer rock wall stretches high on your right, while a dropping is to your left. You follow the path as it curves around. As the sun climbs the sky, the winds begin to rise. The path quickly narrows and you have to press yourself against the wall at times. You follow the trail round a corner, stopping short in view of a jutting edge. The path turns to fresh mud, pressed with hoof prints. The prints are similar to the ones you saw before outside the cave. Could there be more of the goat people here? You continue upwards, sweating under your pack, head low, but as you wind around a bend, a voice like gravel calls out, "Halt!" Okay, I'm gonna stop. You stop in your tracks and a rock strikes you on the temple. It didn't do damage though. Looking sharp up, you see two creatures, each half human and half goat, perched against the southern slope, spears held ready. Okay. "What is your business?" one demands. I mean no harm." You call back. One laughs. "We will be the judge of death." The other snarls. "You have trespassed here, traveler. We are the hoofborn, and we'll protect our home from outsiders. Where are you traveling?" I'm gonna tell them something. You take a moment to prepare a reply. Are these creatures servants of the Archmage, or are they his enemies? Well, if they are his enemies, I'm gonna kill them. And if they're not, I am not. But I need to tell them what I need to do. I come from Analand, and I journey to Mampang. You declare, if these are servants of the Archmage, they will already have heard of you from the serpents. "Mampang," she hisses, "the cursed place. And what is your purpose?" "I will recover the crown of kings." The creature stares at you. "You would oppose the Archmage?" "I will take it by stealth." "Not if you continue to announce yourself thus," the hoofborn replies mockingly. "You will be skewered by the first guard you meet. Still," she exchanges a thoughtful look with her fellow creature, "a traveler of such kindness or idiocy is a welcome sight here. None of us have seen much of the outside world. We did not dare to hope it had goodness in it." Well, the world contains a mixture of everything. The other creature nods. "Please come with us. Shahori, yeah, I think that's how it goes. We'll wish to hear what you have to say." The hoofborns turn and begin to climb up a side path. "We will take you to our village, if you are willing." "Who's Shahori?" You ask. "Our leader, the best of us, the first. You will come?" Lead the way. The two hoofborns sling their spears and beckon you to one side, to a narrow way, almost invisible behind an outcrop of stone, and then you begin to climb. Hopefully I will be fine here, but I'll probably lose stamina because of such a narrow path. There's really no other path up there, but after about 20 minutes of climbing, the hoofborn pauses to let you catch your breath. They are impressively nimble on the rocky paths, using their small hooves to perch on narrow ledges. As you continue, they even have to help you climb up unstable stretches. Eventually, you spot a cluster of huts surrounding some caves. Oh, I didn't lose stamina. Fantastic. Look at that. And we have a map. You follow your... There's dogs up here? I heard a dog. Anyway, you follow your guides towards the village. On an outcrop above, you spy two hoofborn standing guard, spears and rocks at the ready. It seems that these creatures take their protection seriously. "Now we will find Shahori," one of your guides says to you. "She will be keen to hear your plans." "I will talk to her," you reply. The hoofborn nod. And the village outskirts. I'm still at the outskirts. Your guides grow quiet as you enter the village. There are a few well-maintained huts, but it is clear many of the hoofborn live in holes in the cliff face. Let's look at the caves. From the outside, the caves appear clean and spacious. A surprising number of hoofborn stream out to gawk at you. These caves must honeycomb the entire mountainside. An older hoofborn, draped in several hides, emerges from a larger cave. One of your guides extends her arms straight out. "Shahori," she says. "Shahori, we have brought a visitor." Shahori stretches her arms towards you, just as the guide did. Welcome, she says. We do not entertain often. What do you mean, you do not entertain? I'm gonna mimic the gesture. You return the gesture, and Shahori is pleased by it. You are honorable to respect our customs. I found one of your villagers in a cave. You tell her, relating your discovery of the dead hoofborn girl. Ah, yes, that was Chahimbli, the poor creature. She caught a terrible disease, and rather than risk the village, she slipped out into the night. A scout saw her heading downslope, looking for a place to die. What disease? You demand. The trembling sickness. It plagues our kind, and stalks the mountainside like a vengeful ghost. The creature looks up at you with large, bleary goat-like eyes. What did you do with her body? She asks. I buried it? Then I must ask you to leave us. Trembling sickness is most infectious. We cannot take the chance. I'm not ill. She looks uncertain. You do not seem to have the symptoms, she says, even as her spear points come up. Well, the girl had been dead for some time. You tell her. Whatever disease she had was gone from her bones. Shahori stares at you, and she shakes her head, but she lowers her spear. I hope you are not lying to us, stranger. We have lost too many to the disease already. Isn't that what all one word? Shahori looks at to your guide. From where does this one come? Analand, your guide answers. Oh, yeah, she's the one. Analand. He claims to be on a quest. Is that so? Shahori asks. Indeed. Her eyes widen. Do not tell me your purpose. I just wish to know this. Will it harm the Archmage? Well, I hope so. Excellent, she replies, but you must be careful in Mampang. It is a chaotic place and cruel. The Archmage wields complete control, but does not always exercise it. Petty crimes and suffering go unnoticed, but you will not. He has spies all over Zaman. It is likely he knows you are coming. Well, I fear he already knows. Shahori nods grimly. He will not take intrusions lightly. May I enter your village? Actually, can I cast a spell here? You open your arms to begin casting a spell, but Shahori knocks your wrists apart with a swift movement of the butt. Well, that would be an interesting way of knocking my wrists apart. Of the butt of her spear. Do not think we do not understand the ways of sorcerers, she warns you. I know that to sever a sorcerer's hand is to remove their power. Do not test me on my resolve. Well, I mean you no harm. Then you will go unharmed. You have my word. The hoofborn leader takes a cantering step backwards and ducks her head. Feel free, eat and rest. You will be watched. We also have items to trade, if you are willing. Oh, that's fantastic then. Great, let's go on in. Let's go on in. There it is. Of course, we'll not rest here because we don't need that. It's too early in the day, but anyway. You step into the center of the village. The watching hoofborn gradually disperse back into their groups. Some into caves and others to a gathering around a fire. Let's go... Let's go for the trader first. Those guys are probably not going to be there when I go there again. But maybe the game is going to give me something else in return. Against one rock face, a thin hoofborn stands beside a few broken packing crates stocked with trinkets. He raises a hand as you approach in greeting. Well, let's greet the trader. Greetings, the trader nods. This is what we have, the trader tells you. I am afraid it is not much. Perhaps something here will be of interest. From across the clearing, you hear Shahori call out. Treat this one fairly, Rahan. He is a friend of our kind. The trader nods. Who do you trade with? You ask, somewhat puzzled. The pitiful creature shrugs slightly. Why is it pitiful? Was he... Rough face, thin... Oh, he's thin. Okay, that makes sense. You are the first, it admits, but one day I hope to open a true trading post. You peer into the crates. The creature has a curious assortment of items, some most likely highly valuable, others all but worthless. It is almost a parody of a shop. The crates are labeled in scrawled writing. The first is marked 6 gold, and the second 12 gold. The crate of expensive items is empty. A spear leans against one of the crates. Okay, let's look at the cheap crate first. The cheaper crate is mostly empty, and you have to dig to find anything almost amongst the sawdust in which things are kept. So I got a glass bottle, orange rock dust. I think I know what that is. I think I know. That's for a spell. The orange dust is piled in one corner of the crate, but when you ask, the hoofborn assures you it is for sale. Finest amber grind, he insists. Better than rust, even, if you know what to do with it. And what is that? You ask. He shrugs. I'm no sorcerer, he replies. I'm gonna buy it. You pour the orange rock dust carefully into your pouch. You hand over 6 gold pieces. You scan the remaining items of the grave. What about the glass bottle? You lift the glass bottle suspiciously. Inside is a clear liquid. You go to remove the stopper, but the hoofborn stops you. It's firewater, he declares. It evaporates extremely fast once exposed to air. So buy it if you want to drink it. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna buy it, but not actually to drink it. I mean, it is to drink it, but it's gonna make me strong, I think. You put the firewater bottle into your bag, pausing only to check the ancient cork is still intact. You pay the merchant. You look over the other items. And the apple is an apple, I suppose. An old apple seeped in the sawdust. It's surprisingly good condition considering it must have been here for some time. Yeah, apples last for a while if you know how to preserve them. I don't know actually how you preserve. I think it must not be too hot and must not be too humid, and then they don't rot too fast. And if you can actually dehydrate them a little bit better, it actually makes them tastier, I suppose. Depends on like golden apples. Those are really not made of gold. Is it gold? What's the gold? Gold apple? It's a brand of apple. Anyway, it's the yellow ones. Those, if they're a little bit like dehydrated, so good. But I'm not gonna buy that because I have enough rations, especially for 6 gold. I don't know what's gonna happen. Look elsewhere. Nothing more catches your interest. What about the spear? You lift the spear and the trader nods. It's a blast hardwood spear, he declares. It's virtually unbreakable and very expensive indeed. How much? 70 gold pieces. Oh man, that's robbery, you declare, but the trader shrugs. No, robbery would be anything less. But never mind, you need not buy it after all. I've seen enough, you thank the trader and move away. The village is small. There could be more than 100 inhabitants. There could be no more than 100 inhabitants. Well, it doesn't look too small to me. And there's a bunch of those little huts over there. There's 4. Yeah. Still, I think we're out of time for the day, so we're gonna explore the rest of this place on the next episode. For now, I'm Colonel RPG, and this has been Sorcery. I really hope you've enjoyed it, and if you did, go ahead and leave a comment, like the video, but above all, thank you so much for watching, and I hope I'll see you next episode. Bye-bye.